Hi, I'm Malin. I'm one of the hosts and creators of the podcast Love Zero Waste, and this is Love Zero Waste Live and the 1 month-long scan of zero waste trends in Europe. We're collaborating with Zero Waste Europe, and this week is Environmenstrual Week. Menstrual products are a significant source of waste in Europe, generating around 590,000 tons of waste annually. That's a lot. With us today, we have Larissa Copello, Consumption and Production Campaigner at Zero Waste Europe. Larissa has a background in law and has worked as a legal consultant on the environment, health, and safety policies. Welcome to Love Zero Waste Live, Larissa.
Thank you, Malin. It's really nice to be here and to talk about this topic I'm really passionate about it.
Yeah, me too. So the Environmenstrual Week. What does environmenstrual mean?
Yeah, so environmenstrual is a play of words that links environmental and menstrual issues together. So the term was first used and created by the Women's Environment Network. It's an organization in the UK, and it refers to many problems derived from the use of conventional single-use menstrual products to the environment, but also our health and people's life. So as you mentioned, the amount of the waste waste generated with the use of these products is an issue. But not only that, there's also health effects as well, as these items are mainly like 90% made of plastic, and they contain as well like a bunch of chemicals that they use that can be carcinogens, can be endocrine disruptors, etc. And there's also this the social aspect of these items as well, as out of 10, yes, they cannot afford their product for single-use menstrual products to buy these items. So what affects their life as well. Although we have many alternatives as already, like reusable, toxic-free items, the population that knows about them and have access to them is still the minority, due to many factors like the period taboo, which leads to the misinformation and lack of education about the products. And also the interest of the multinational companies that they want to sell the cheap and single-use products, and the unavailability of these items, which are also linked to the interest of the companies that most of these stores only have or mostly have single-use products as the core of the menstrual products and not reusables. So we are starting this Environmental Week of action today, which is also created by the Women's Environment Network. And so we can advocate for plastic-free, toxic-free, and reusable menstrual products for everyone.
And it seems like as if there are so many different questions or challenges within environmental, like the topic, that many people don't think of or are aware of, like the 90% of the plastics that's within that's in the material composition of menstrual products, or the single-use menstrual products, or the period poverty as well. But seeing it, or like following the development of the introduction and the amplification of the environmental topic in Europe, how do you see that it has been developing over the last, let's say, 3 years?
So the topic, the issue is growing, and I think it's having more recognition every year and understanding. It's better wording, understanding every year. So the Environmental Week, it's 3 years old now, so the third week happening. And this year is the first time that we do kind of bring it to the European level. So we have partnered with the Women's Environment Network and the Breakthrough from Plastic movement. And we are many organizations like working on it and trying to amplify our voice. And so and not only the amount of organizations are growing, but thanks to all these organizations, our expertise on the topic is also developing and evolving, as I mentioned. So it's not only about environmental issues anymore. Of course, it's such a big chart of the problem, but also it deals with our health, and it's also a matter of social justice issue, because of the fact that the cheapest menstrual products options are the ones that have most potential to damage our health and the planet. That makes it social and environment justice issue, as people with less economic power, they have the greatest exposure to these products as well. So that's why we need to tackle this plastic and harmful chemicals in these products, tackle menstrual taboo, and increase accessibility to everyone for toxic-free, plastic-free, and reusable menstrual products.
And in this development, what significant trends do you see in moving away from these expensive, also single-use period products towards something that we can reuse?
Yeah, so there are really many benefits of moving away from single use. I don't know one person that has moved it and regrets. So I think it's really positive. So apart from reducing the waste, of course, it's also an important part, reducing the waste, because we have one of our studies we did last year about the environment and economic impacts of these items. It has shown that if only, for instance, 20% of menstruators opt for a reusable menstrual cup or a menstrual reusable panty or menstrual product, that would reduce around 100,000 tons of waste per year. So that's a lot. And also it can give, savings for consumers using reusable menstrual products. Also, this study has shown that could be annual savings around 100 euros per person per year. So that's quite substantial. And also switching also for reusable, we can take care of our health, because all these toxic chemicals, these products, it's not good for us in the long term, of course, and we can reduce the exposure to these toxic substances.
What do you see is happening on the policy level then to strengthen this move?
Yeah, so last year we have the European Commission. They worked on the single-use plastic directive that we say. So this legislation was adopted last year, and it tackles like the top 10 marine litter products, and single-use menstrual products were one of them. But unfortunately, this legislation it does not address properly these items. It's only a requirement like to label the products that they contain plastic, something like that. But they do not deal with the health impacts and also the accessibility of the reusable items, etc. But it's still an opportunity, for instance, for member states, like at national level, they can tackle this issue when they transpose this legislation. But not only, there's action as well that we demand from the European level, because the European Union, they have a goal that by 2030, all products in the market, placed in the EU market, will be safe, fair, and circular. So that, of course, should include and must include menstrual products. So by the end of the week, this environmental week, we have prepared with the organizations a bloody manifesto, we call, so that we're going to present to the Commission, asking for them to give the menstruators the right to an informed choice and access to safe, toxic-free, fair, accessible price, and circular, reusable products to all menstruators.
Wow, that's amazing, your work that you're doing there. Do you see that there are any willingness around the big corporations that usually do the conventional single-use period products? Do you see that they have an interest, or that they are like being interested in joining your point of view and how we can move towards reuse?
Yeah, there is many organizations now moving now also doing like work with retailers, with manufacturers, etc., trying to call them to, I mean, retailers to have to give more, I mean, to put in their the products sold in their stores, I mean, more reusable items, and to manufacturers also to produce products with, of course, plastic free and toxic free products, and ideally also reusables. But it's kind of a long fight and hard one. But that's why we need legislation as well to help us and have to move with this move towards like plastic free, toxic free, and reusable products.
Mm-hmm.
If manufacturers and retailers, it's will not be enough. So we need the support of legislation and the EU on that.
Yeah, totally. So in terms of like helping out and talking about legislation and policy, and how can like anyone that's watching us or listening to this, how can we as individuals help start the talk about periods from an environmental perspective, but also to help take action to build a better world in terms of how we can strengthen the transition within legislation and policy? What can we do as individuals?
So, for everyone watching now, you can already start now by joining the campaign. So the Environmental Week campaign, which starts today and goes until the end of the week. And we can also join our challenge, that's be period proud and break the taboo. I think all these issues, maybe they were developed, I think, because there's this huge taboo around periods, and we need to be proud about them. There's like half of the world population have periods. It's like something natural process that happens with everyone, and we need just to speak out about it. And we need to have the right to choose what we want. So when we go to buy our menstrual product, we start to questioning, oh my God, there's only like, what is in these products? Plastic, do I have better choices? Yes, we have better choices, and we have to demand that. So it's really about breaking the taboo and demanding action, not from producers, from suppliers, from your stores where we go, and help us also asking for policy change by supporting our campaign. And start acting to build a better world for everyone, and also, of course, for us menstruators.
Wonderful. And where do people find this campaign? On what social media handles?
Yeah, so this campaign is in the Break Free from Plastic website. I think we can put it somewhere. Right?
Yeah, we will include it in the
and you have all the information about everything that's happening. So all these organizations are doing everything all during the week. So there are webinars, there are virtual festivals. Everything has to be virtual this year, but there are many things happening. So just go access and participate in the challenge, Period Proud Challenge. So you have to just take a picture with your favorite menstrual product, and of course we give the opportunity to everyone to take the picture with. I mean, even if the favorite one is single use, it's fine, but use your choice. So take a picture and be period proud. That's the thing.
Wonderful. Stay period proud. So Thank you so much, Larissa Copello of Zero Waste Europe. We're super happy to have you with us. We'll go with this environmental week with a lot of being period proud.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.